what does he feel? He's having fun, but what's really happening, Brother Horatus? He's building a hedge of thorns, a mini little hedge of thorns there in 20 minutes. And the laughter feels real. But the distance between him and his family and his wife is growing by the minute. And he laughs at what he should be lamenting. He should lament that his kids are learning dad is unavailable. He should be lamenting that his wife feels less than interested. And he should be lamenting that his Bible app hasn't been open in a few days, but his social media is really in good order. Proverbs 14:9, we read it already. Fools make a mock at sin. But wait a minute. He's not mocking out loud. He's not standing on the street corner shaking a fist at God in anger. He's just scrolling. But the scrolling is a slow bleed. And he enjoys the bleed. The average American in 2026, I did the math on this. If you want, I can show it to you how I broke it down. Will spend just over 2 hours, and we know that's really low for some in this room. But the average American spends 2 hours a day, 2.2 really, on social media. When you do the math of a 79-year-old lifespan, that's exactly 7.7 years. That's not minutes, that's years. Wiped out, gone. For what? Content you won't remember tomorrow. Arguments that change nothing. Validation from people who don't even know your name. Joy that evaporates the moment you put your phone down. 7.7 years is enough time to earn a doctorate, raise a child from birth to 3rd grade, master 2 instruments, build a business, and read 300 books. The fool in 2026 doesn't look like a drunk in the alley, okay? The fool in 2026 looks like a guy parked in his car laughing on a screen while his family waits inside. Point number 1, the fool's joy, it's a tragedy of mistaken pleasure. Point number 2, the final part of that verse. Look with me in 15:21. But a man of understanding walketh uprightly. Here's the contrast. The fool finds his joy in folly. The man of understanding walks uprightly. What is uprightly? The Hebrew word carries this posture in your mind. You can see straight, level. He walks right. She walks even. And what happens is that it's the opposite of the tangled, overgrown path in verse number 19 of the slothful man. It's a walk. It's not a sprint. It's a walk. And it matters because it's a process. Walking, you guys, you dear blessed church members, your walking in faith and growing in God is not a sprint, it is a marathon. It's a process. You reclaim your life one choice at a time. And it requires persistence. Anything that's worth anything requires practice. Keep walking when it's hard to and no one's watching. Sister Karen spoke to me this afternoon. Fantastic surgery. I asked her, how did it go? She said, I got the new elbow. I think she was a little on, medication still. I said, you mean your left knee? Yes, that too. But you know what's going to happen now when she comes home? She's going to have to go through pain and rehab and physical therapy. But you know what? She can't just say, I don't want to do it today. She's got to do it. She's got to be persistent. And the man that walketh, the woman, the teenager that walketh upright has to understand, yes, it's a process. And yes, I have to be persistent. And did you ever think about this? In your unsaved life, or maybe you got saved early as a child, maybe in someone you've watched and they experienced this in an unsaved life when we endured burn of the whiskey for the first time we were sneaking it. And when we endured sneaking a smoke and the first time our lungs got some of that. Learning persistency through pain for the very things that destroys the body. But here's the gist of it. But when it comes to walking for freedom and toward freedom and liberty and destroying strongholds, we yield to Jesus' teaching and promise. Oh, what do? We quit at the first discomfort. You mean to tell me, Pastor, we pay more persistency to developing bad habits than we do to break them? Yes. We stick it out until the habit is manageable. Let's go. When someone learns how to drink, it's painful, man. That alcohol goes down after, oh, man. But you keep practicing it and you can manage it. You get tolerant to it. And they manage these things and they manage the things that kill us, yet they abandon the very thing. Chris, are you with me? You're going to spend your life helping men and women that you're going to come across in that ambulance and you're going to see they're wasting their life. And you're going to remember this message. And you're going to say, oh, my soul folly. And you're going to get to the point, if you're not careful, you're going to harden your heart after about a year or two on the job. And you'll get the code, you'll get the call, and you'll say, if you're not careful, Chris, you'll say, oh, another drunk. And it'll become habit for us. Direction matters more than perfection. And the question isn't whether you'll stumble, it's whether you get back up again. We'll end here. Look at Proverbs 24, verse number 16. Whether you get back up toward a life that you actually want to live. Brother, I guarantee you, alcoholics or those that are on meth or coke or whatever it is, they say they're stuck in their folly. They say it feels good. And it does feel good. But brother, I'm going to tell you, it's killing them. That's not the life that they want to live. They think it is, but it's not. And look at 24:16, and we'll go to prayer tonight. 24:16. For a just man falleth how many times? And riseth up again. But the wicked shall fall into mischief. Now, when we get back, we'll go on to maybe two or other points, and then we'll wrap up this teaching. But right here, please look up here, church. This is the battlefield. What are we thinking on through the day? What are we thinking? What are we allowing into our heads? That's the battle, angel. Right up here, amen? And we don't want to go into folly. And that example about scrolling and social media, that really hit home with me. And I know I'm not actively trying to rebel against God. But if I'm not careful, I can slip into folly. Even a pastor can slip into folly. Are y'all with me? Okay. Well, I hope that helped. Let's look at our prayer.